Greetings, Algo artisans. Ethena, has it found its bottom? If it pumps, where might it go? We're going to take a look at that. We're also going to take a look at Bitcoin and USDJPY. We're going to jump into the charts right now. Okay, so I've got Ethena mapped out on here. I took a look at it with the private group this morning for a very short time, and it looks like Ethena has found possibly a bottom. Now, if you remember on the charts, this listed on KuCoin, and I think everywhere else in early April, April 1st. Of course, you got the beginning of the listing jitters where price does a bit of price discovery, usually pumps up pretty high in this kind of bullish market. And then once Bitcoin started to relax and go into its post-halving, doldrums, if you will, Ethena seems to have followed. However, it does appear as if Ethena might have found a decent range. We're looking at basically between 93 cents and about 78 cents, where it just bounces back and forth more or less in that area. Now, the question is it going to stay here until Bitcoin starts to go up? And of course, my primary thesis is that once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high once again, a lot of altcoins will continue to go up. And as a matter of fact, if Bitcoin starts to even pump up towards the all-time high, I imagine the altcoins will go up. Until then, the question is what's going to happen to Ethena? And it seems to me right now, with the volatility dropping off, which is plain to see because if you look at these candles, they're getting smaller and smaller. Price probably will continue to range in some kind of area like this. Now, if Bitcoin does stay above 61,000 for more than a week or two, then I do think this might actually start to go up on its own because the market might be seeing Bitcoin as stable and just a matter of time before it goes up post-halving. And if that's the case, I do think Ethena, like I said, might start to go up. And I would just keep an eye on these local tops that we saw on the way down as far as where Ethena might find a little bit of resistance, right? But besides that, we only have a month and a half, 2 months worth of price action, not even a month and a half. So we don't have a lot to go on as far as what price might do. However, Ethena does have a lot going on. So let's go ahead and revisit CoinGecko and we'll take a look at what Ethena has going on news-wise. So here's CoinGecko. Let's just revisit the tokenomics a little bit. We have a market cap of about 1.3 billion. Trading volume, gosh, what is this? Like 70% of the market cap, right? Trading volume of about 900 million, which is pretty big. That's the majority of the market cap being traded. Now the total supply is 15,000 right now. Now the thing about Ethena, remember, this is a protocol where you buy the coin and you stake it so that you can get an APY on their bond. So this is not necessarily about looking at the max supply. Obviously, this is an infinite max supply. They can continue to print these. This is more of kind of a DeFi scenario where you're getting yield, right? And so this also is something that can basically grow with the crypto market. There's really not a way to look at this and say, oh, well, the entire market cap could eventually be this big, right? It's going to be something that can grow in and of itself. So, it's not like we can look at this like the music industry and say, well, that's $300 billion a year, so this might take 1% of that. Like, we don't have those metrics, right? So that actually means that there is a tremendous upside to Ethena. The upside, I mean, it could be 100x. You never know. This is the kind of coin that could really surprise. And let's go ahead and take a look at their website to remind us what it is. Okay, so this is the internet bond. This is crypto native, where they use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum. That is their collateral, and they have delta neutral type strategy to make money. Essentially, they're market making, essentially, from what I remember reading. So they're taking small moves, they're winning on the way up, they're winning on the way down, and they're just pulling little bits of money out of the market to generate this yield. Now, the yield has gone down quite a bit since the last video I did for their USDE, right? Their APY, when it first started, was around, or I should say when I first heard about it, was around 68%. When I did my first video, it was about 30%, 38%, I think, memory serves. And the point here is that as this becomes more popular, as more and more people are joining, staking, things like that, this bond is going to have a lot more demand. And as the bond gets more demand, the yield is going to drop. So this is just how bonds work. And 15% APY is good. It's a little, once things get beyond 20%, I start to kind of wonder, okay, how are they generating this? Is it realistic? And I start to kind of get the vibes of maybe I don't want anything to do with this. But when you're below 20%, I mean, 15% is certainly aggressive in the real world. If you're looking at, say, say like, treasuries and things like that, you're kind of in the single digits. This isn't that far from it, but it's a lot better than that. So this is like a good, decent, pretty aggressive yield. I would consider it to be a risky yield, but it's not like these other platforms that are saying, hey, get 40%. It's a little more realistic than that. Total value locked $2.3 billion. Remember when I did the last video several weeks ago, they had just added $500 million in Bitcoin collateral. Because their collateral is cryptocurrency, when crypto falls, their collateral base falls, and their ability to make money, everything just kind of falls all at the same time. Conversely, when the crypto market goes up, their collateral rises and their ability to make money rises as well, right? So based on dollars, that TVL should increase as time goes on, and that's if they don't add anything. That's just crypto market going up, TVL goes up, and ability to generate yield goes up. So I'd say in this current kind of quiet time, 15.3% is pretty decent. There is a little bit of a pump in Ethena like the last few days. Bybit partnership boost Ethena, right? And they actually broke out above $1.03 on the charts. So we'll go back to the charts and look at that. They're going to integrate their USDE stablecoin as collateral for perpetual futures on the Bybit exchange, right? So that's actually pretty good. They're actually going to be using the stablecoin on a pretty major exchange as crypto goes. That news came out yesterday, and again, price did spike up. Now, right at this moment, it's sitting at about 90 cents. So let's take a quick look at the chart. 87 cents is where price is, but it spiked up and hit just above $1. So that's pretty good news for Ethena. Let's move on to Bitcoin just to have a quick look. Lower levels of where I thought price might fall were the bottoms of these wicks, which is sitting right below 60,000, and it does appear the price is headed down a little deeper. So it might be that price staying in this range, as I didn't predict that this was going to happen this morning. I was just merely demonstrating what might happen if price stays in this range. The other option is that price might head down, and I do think that if price drops down below this low at 56.5, we have to look over at the liquidity maps to see where price might go from there. So let's take a brief look at the Kingfisher. Okay, so here we are in the Kingfisher. We're going to grab a liquidity map, and there's a ton of liquidity sitting up a little higher than price at 62,600 all the way up to 63.6. So 62.6 to 63.6, that's actually where a lot of liquidity is, but that just means the people have gone short. So price could bounce and head up to here. And again, I do have decent chance the price could stop heading down roughly around 59,500-ish. This would be where price goes if it bounced up. Now, if price bounced down, we do have to look back at the maps just to see where the lower end liquidity is. There's some below 50,000, but if you look at the charts, there's a little liquidity sitting at 53, and then the charts also have reason to go down to 53,000. And that's based on this prior consolidation that occurred in mid-February. So you have this consolidation right here, and price might go down to grab liquidity there if there is a panic sell. The post-halving move usually lasts 8 to 10 weeks, and price tends to go sideways and a little bit down. So if price did have a panic sell, I would look at 53,000 as a potential lower number. You can see here that price, there's more consolidation right below that. I imagine price would grab liquidity in that area and then head back up. Price might not make it down, but those are the two areas I'm looking at. If there's a panic move down, we might see 53,000. It might simply bounce at about 59.5. I think right now there's a lot of liquidity sitting at about 63.5. We have to understand this liquidity, though, that can change. If price goes down quite a bit, people can take profit on their shorts. That liquidity will no longer be there. So price does have to favor a move in that direction. And at the time, the charts don't favor a move up. Right now, it's all about going short for the short term. So that's Bitcoin. Too violent of a move down will pull altcoins with it. We'll take a brief look at USDJPY. This is historically bullish, but again, we are talking about a change in what's happening in the entire economic landscape. And again, we've drawn this before. This is nothing new. Now price broke out, came back down. It was crushed down. A lot of people think that was the Japanese defending the yen, and then price touched the top of that. And now price is reacting upwards. So it might be that either this is a natural move back up from the move down, right? Just a retracement back up, a rejection back upwards. Let's look at a lower time frame for that. As you can see, it bounced right off the top of that triangle, right off the top of where this consolidation prior to breakout occurred. So it just grabbed liquidity, headed back up. The real question is, will it be able to head back up, or will the Japanese protect their currency? Will they be able to protect their currency? The algos say that for the moment, the JPY is going to continue to be bullish. I would expect price at the moment to try to reclaim these highs, right? Either this high right here or even this spike up that we saw before. So for the moment, that's what we can expect. However, as the algos continue to tell us what's going on, price may not be able to do so. For the moment, I don't see anything stopping it. But again, as this continues up, the algos will start to tell us more. And if price cannot make it up there, we'll get rejections and we'll play the game. If I were looking to trade this right now, I would be looking for longs. Long some of these pullbacks. A lower time frame trade might look like, so something along these lines. It does seem though the price is getting tired and may not be able to complete that type of price action. We'll just have to see how that goes. Fibonacci extension look. So look at the pullback down here, run it up to the top and have some targets above this triangle. We were on the way up. Price, it's hard to see here, but price did pull back pretty violently right here. So I started my my impulse based on this pullback in this one candle. But in reality, price did make a move down here and make a hard impulse up. But I would probably look for a consolidation breakout at this point. It might end up being a triangle. It might not. But price does seem to want to be in this area for a while, and it may break out to the upper downside. Right now, I'm going to guess up just because everything is so bullish. So this rectangle that I drew is not that well defined. It's technically not a consolidation yet, but it may look like. And I think it's a decent chance it will. So a breakout of here might be the look. So again, I hope this was helpful. A lot of kind of chart data, technical analysis, things like that. We'll end the video here. I hope this was helpful. Come on over to algofactory.tech. We can help you learn how to do these trades. It's, when you're looking at Forex and things like that, or even crypto, sure, you want to know what's going on in the background. You want to know what's happening with the news. But in the end, you can actually predict where price might go based on the data that's right there in front of the chart. You don't have to sit there and study the asset that hard. As much as I love to do that for long-term holds, I like to also take money out. I extract money out daily. Sometimes I pull it out every few days. Whatever the case is, that's what I do. And we teach people how to do that over at algofactory.tech. As a matter of fact, I've got one of our students giving us a testimonial right here. Please have a listen.
Hey, Cowboy V, I just wanted to give a heartfelt thanks for putting this project together. I initially joined Algo Factory a year ago, concerned about a repeat of the 2008 great financial crisis and the prospect of losing my job again. Within 12 months, under V and Cowboy's expert tuition, including live reviews, I've created a profitable algorithm launched across a selection of assets. Now, facing the prospect of redundancy and a nice fat severance package to trade with, my current worst case scenario is to keep my job. Thanks again, guys. Really appreciate what you've done here.
All right, well, thanks for listening to that. Don't forget to trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you on the next one.